Big breaking news coming in. This is the latest development in the Enforcement Directorate, which has now filed a reply before the Supreme Court and opposing the interim bail plea of the former Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren. Remember, viewers, who's in judicial custody since his arrest by the agency in a money laundering case related to an alleged land scam. The ED has now told the Apex Court that if Mr. Soren is granted interim bail for poll campaigning, then all incarcerated politicians would seek a similar treatment, claiming that they are a class of their own. Bhavtosh joining us live on the broadcast. Bhavtosh, taking a leaf, of course, from Kejriwal's interim bail plea, we have another politician, the Jharkhand former Chief Minister Hemant Soren, who'd also asked for some sort of a relief. ED says if the court allows this, then this will set a wrong precedent and all incarcerated politicians could seek a similar treatment.
Yes, Meenakshi, exactly. That's what ED was fearing. That's what Center was fearing. And Hemant Soren has also now sought bail on the same grounds that if Arvind Kejriwal is released, then his case is also covered on the same grounds. And ED has now filed a counter affidavit. And in this counter affidavit, they have said that there are at least 123 politicians who have been arrested in various money laundering cases. And if Hemant Soren is released, then others can also cite his example. Now, that is exactly what is happening, and that's what Solicitor General had told the bench of Justice Khanna. And he, in fact, while Arvind Kejriwal matter was being heard, he had, in fact, apprehended that if Arvind Kejriwal is released on interim bail, then other politicians would also seek bail on the same grounds. Now, as far as Hemant Soren case is concerned, he also leveled a very serious charge. They have said that a false case has been posted against ED officials who have been proving this case, and they have all been booked under SC/ST Act case.
All right. Of course, the arguments continuing at the moment. Of course, the agency is saying that if bail is granted to incarcerated politicians like Hemant Soren for political campaigning, this could, quote unquote, create a class of their own. Bhavtosh, take us through what's the latest. This is, of course, the argument coming in from the side of the Enforcement Directorate. What's the counter which is coming from the side of Hemant Soren's counsel?
Well, as far as Hemant Soren counsel is concerned, Mr. Sibal last time around had said that Hemant Soren should also get interim bail, primarily on the grounds that if Arvind Kejriwal has managed to get interim bail, then he should also get interim bail. Now, he had said he had also challenged his arrest, claiming that his arrest is illegal. In fact, his plea in Jharkhand High Court has been rejected. He has also said that his arrest is also political, and that on the grounds that his arrest is political, he should also be released during the election campaign. Now, ED on its part has said that their investigation, though their investigation is complete as far as the alleged land scam is concerned, they have in fact cited the fact that there is a false case, what they claim is a false case against them under SC/ST Act. They fear that if it is released on bail, then witnesses in this case might be influenced, and that evidence in this case could be tampered. That's the claim that is being made by the Enforcement Directorate, and that this case would be coming up for hearing later in the day at around 11:30.
All right, Bhavtosh, thank you for joining us with all these details. We also have my colleague Ankit who's joining us live on the broadcast from the newsroom. Ankit, over to you. Give us more details on the same.
I'm just going to read the part out, Meenakshi, where the ED makes its contentions on why the right to campaign in an election is neither a fundamental, constitutional or legal right. It says very importantly, what I just said, it's relevant to note that the right to campaign for an election is neither a fundamental right nor a constitutional right and not even a legal right. Even the right to vote while in judicial custody, which is considered by this court as a statutory constitutional right, is curtailed by a statute by virtue of section 62(5) of the Representation of People's Act. It is pertinent also to note, Meenakshi, that around 123 elections have taken place in the last 5 years, and if interim bail is to be granted for the purpose of campaigning in an election, then no politician can be arrested and kept in judicial custody, since elections are all year-round phenomena. Also, it says in a federal structure, no set of election is more significant than another, and therefore every politician at every level would argue that he is not let out on interim bail, he would suffer irreversible consequences. And so this is why, or one aspect of why, the ED is opposing any kind of interim relief to Hemant Soren. The other, of course, being the claim that he is very influential, he is filing false cases under the SC/ST Act.
Absolutely.
He's trying to
of course,
he may plant
that's
evidence.
Right, and that's a sum and summation of the ED argument. Thank you, Ankit, for taking us through why the ED is opposing the interim bail of the former Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren. We'll keep an eye on this big story as and when the hearing Hearing resumes as of now, slipping into a short commercial break.